Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode on the Yacht Addiction YouTube channel. I have an incredibly special yacht to show you guys today. This incredible yacht in front of us is a Riva 76, and it is the Bahamas model. Now this boat is practically brand new. It's a 2020. I'll talk a little bit more about its history when we get inside, but it's incredibly rare to find a Riva in this great of condition, in this new of condition, available for sale in the United States. This yacht is listed for sale by Galley Yachts of Fort Lauderdale. Now, if you don't know about Riva, Riva is a highly sought after, extremely well regarded Italian yacht brand. They're actually part of the Ferretti Group. I think you're going to really enjoy this yacht. Let's get started with the tour. So we'll slip our shoes off and make our way on board through the passerelle. Down here you can see there is a tender garage. Currently it's being used for storage, but you can house a tender in there. And then right back here, you have an extremely large sunpad. And then you'll see even more seating forward of that. So this Riva has the patented C-top design. The Bahamas series essentially can be converted to indoor or outdoor entertainment. It all depends on how you want it set up. So currently this is in the closed configuration. You can see right above us this entire panel. This will slide forward, and I'll show you where that sits when it's all the way forward. But you can completely open up this space, creating a great outdoor atmosphere out here. And it's also obviously open in the back. The engines are down through this hatch, and we'll check that out last in the tour, so stay tuned for that if you want to see those. This yacht does have exterior AC. You can see the vents right on the side here. So even though you can be exposed to the elements, you can stay nice and cool in this area. You have this large Riva branded table and the beautifully stitched L-shaped seating that wraps around it. There's storage in places like here, and on the opposite side, you have an ice maker and fridge down here. I'm not going to open all of this up, but you also have your sink. Here's one way to access the crew quarters in the engine room, but like I said, we'll go through the hatch later on. And now I think we're going to walk up to the bow area before we head inside. So right up here, you have two different sunpad areas. The first one is right here. It's a really good space, and there's also a little empty area right here. You could place a table there if you wanted to. And then you also have another large sunpad forward of that. Now with the C-top design, when you're gonna open up the main space, the C-top will slide forward on these arms here. You can see both of them right here. So this entire area will slide forward and then sit flush. You can sort of see the channel where it will sit. It'll sit flush right on this area. So you still have a very streamlined look. This boat has an incredible profile. And obviously, it just simply oozes that Italian style. You have a huge single piece windshield. There are a couple of smaller pieces on the side, but the main piece in the middle is just one massive piece. And then you can see the radar domes and your satellite equipment right on top. Now, if we step a little bit forward, you'll find this gorgeous helm station. You have the three different screens here. You can see the monitoring system for the boat, your charts. You have a balanced stern thruster, your throttle control, of course, the Riva steering wheel, and then you have more controls over here. Now this yacht does have a stabilization system, and it also has a water maker. And you can see that these are both lift bolster seats. And on the opposite side, you have two more lift bolster seats, so you and your guests can all hang out together while you're underway. And then through this door is where you'll find all of the interior spaces. So we've seen all of the outside spaces. Now let's head inside. So here you'll find what would be considered the main salon on the interior. You have a large L-shaped seating area and the table right here. And then you have the TV mounted up on the wall. Obviously this boat is meant to be enjoyed in some beautiful weather, but it also has some pretty great interior spaces as well. We're gonna step in here, and this is where you'll find the galley. So you have your refrigerator built in and the freezer below. So this boat has an upgraded appliance package. These are Gaggenau appliances. These are extremely high-end. And a quick Google search of this brand, you'll know what I'm talking about. You have the sink here. Then of course you have all of the storage that goes along with it. So this boat has 3 cabins, and it also sleeps up to 2 crew. So if we move forward, we'll find the VIP cabin. You have closets on both sides. And you'll also have the hatch overhead and a TV up on the wall. Here's the ensuite. You have to let me know what you think of all of the finishes on this boat. I personally am a fan of the Italian style. Every Italian boat I've been on so far, I've really enjoyed. Now here is the 3rd cabin. So you have 2 single beds. You do have full headroom in here. You can stand all the way up. And then this one does have an ensuite through this door here, but it also shares responsibilities as the day head. So you can see the shower is in this circular track system. And then here is the toilet and sink. So last but not least, we're going to head down to the master cabin, which is in the midship. And obviously this is the full beam of the boat. You have really large windows on the side. And a large TV up on the wall. You have closet space in here. And then here is the attached ensuite. You have your vanity right in the middle. And then the toilet and bidet over here. And the separate shower stall with the rainfall shower. So before we head back outside, I wanted to quickly talk about the history of this boat. It's hard to put into words how special it is to find a Riva that's this new, in such good condition, listed for sale. Like I mentioned in the intro, Rivas are very desirable, and as you'll see, the price reflects that. So this yacht is a 2020. It was actually hull number 10 of the Riva Bahamas series. It was only used for 1 season in the Med, or the Mediterranean, in 2020. The original owner traded it back to Ferretti, which is the parent company of Riva. Ferretti makes the Riva brand. Ferretti checked and serviced all of these systems directly, and then it was delivered to a new owner in the United States. So it was completely Americanized in that process. That included AMG frequency converters, the transformers, and a convenience converter box. So basically all of the electrical systems were converted to an American spec. So you have your American style 110 volt outlets. So that whole entire process was done. So if you are in the United States, in Florida or the Bahamas, this is a boat ready to be enjoyed. You'll have no issues with the systems not being up to a US spec. So it was delivered to that owner literally a few months ago, and they have reluctantly put it up for sale. So that is how you can find such an amazing boat immediately available in the United States. We're gonna do one more quick walkthrough inside. You also have a Miele washer dryer combo right here. You have to let me know what you think of this interior. But like I said, this boat really is meant to be enjoyed outside. And I think it's pretty easy to see why. So now we're going to quickly look at the engine room, which is under this hatch right here. So let's climb down this ladder. Right at the back, you'll see this space is taken up by the engine room. Excuse me, not the engine room. We're in the engine room. This is taken up by the tender garage. You can see your Cummins generator right back there. And the other generator is on the opposite side. This engine room is really well lit. While we're in here, let's talk about these engines. This yacht comes with a pair of MAN V12 engines. They're 1,800 horsepower each. The max speed is about 37 knots. You can cruise at 32 knots with a range of 320 nautical miles. So it's a very fast boat for its size. Now if we step forward, you have this door here, and this is where you access the crew area. Like I said, this boat can house up to 2 crew. Here you can see a bunch of the battery switches and all their electrical systems. You have 2 bunks. And then the TV up on the wall. Looks like there's also controls for the stereo system in here. And this area is climate controlled. And if we were gonna go through that hatch I was talking about before, that's right there. But it's a little bit easier to go through the engine room. I guess you're going down the ladder either way, but for my purposes for the tour, it's much easier to just go through that hatch. But that is another option. And then this is the crew head. So you have the sink, toilet, and then the shower wand is right here. And it looks like you do have a window, which is a nice little touch. Let's get a better look at that tender garage. Here's a much better view, so if you stuck around for the whole tour, I thank you. I think we'll walk up to the bow and finish the tour up there. I feel incredibly privileged to be able to film this boat. Like I said, it's really not often that you'll find a Riva like this. So the fact that we got to capture it for a tour makes it even more special for me. So thank you to Gillman Yachts of Fort Lauderdale for letting me do the tour. I'm going to link this listing in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. And leave a comment down below if there was a particular part of this Riva that you enjoyed the most. Until next time.